is we hear a lot of photographers or cinematographers or people say things like they have an interesting face, right? Which is beyond the popular conventional idea of good looks or
Right.
whatever it is. So, as a photographer, what do you think is an like what interests you in a person, right? What makes it interesting?
Uh, I think that's a very complex question to answer. So I have to layer it
Sure,
into three
please.
different things. When I like the usual perception often is like when you take a picture, someone says, "Oh, that person is very photogenic." Right? It's a very common word.
Yeah.
Or this person has a good view and a bad view. What actually does that mean? That means essentially that you're saying that when someone documents light falling off me from one side and it is documented on a camera, how I perceive myself or my features seem to be more interesting to me than the other side of it. That is what it means.
Okay.
For the camera, it's indifferent to which side you take a picture. It's just a mechanical tool, right? So this is one important thing to know because we tend to often associate, oh, people have like a nice profile, or you should always put your angled and so forth. But to answer your question, I feel often I can speak for myself, which is that when I'm casting for a job or I often go on streets where you're looking at people and I'm like, oh, that person has very interesting face. That often I say because I'm also often creating content for different platforms. Like, for example, let's say I'm making some editorial for a European magazine, or so I would like to see a diversity of the faces or the kind of different features this country has, so that that could be presented to other cultural or even within our culture. So that is one main criteria of how we cast, so that is one thing. And secondly, also I feel like it is very easy to get caught up in the beauty aspect of it, but then there are also like there is sometimes the eyes of a person is so effective in communicating, or you relate or you see it and you instantly find some sort of like a connection to that eyes. So those are irrespective of what the rest of they look like. It's just the connection to eyes, and there is some amount of truthfulness you feel towards that person, and that pursues you to like maybe cast or want to shoot that person and so forth. At least this is my take on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Every visual artist would have a different reason why they're choosing someone to